Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Carlton Lewis, aka Mellow Melanin, aka Mega Businessman, coming to you live and direct from Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Success by Any Means daily webinar, and today we're going to talk about blogging made easy. Um, this webinar episode right here is historic for me. This is the first time I've actually hosted 4 webinars in a week. I was shooting for 5, and I wasn't able to get that fifth one out on Wednesday because my daughter's school had an event, and I was committed to taking her to that event. So this is a historic thing for me to be able to put out content like this in the form of a webinar every single day. So and I know as time goes on, the webinars are going to grow. There'll be people that'll be interviewed, and we're just going to keep having fun. So today I don't have my camera set up. My camera is I've mentioned it in some of the other webinars. I use my camera as a actually I use my smartphone as my webcam. So, and I think that puts some limitations on it. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm a real person. You hear my voice. I'm not a robot. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can go to my blog at www.whoiscarlton.com and see, that I am a real person. So, I got Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff, SoundCloud. So, I am a real person. We're going to talk about blogging today, and I've been actually blogging since 2000 when blogger.com, was getting started before Google bought them. And, Google was around, but blogging was just getting started. Um, we had the hip hop group that I was in. We had a programmer guy that built us a website based on the technology from blogger.com. And I thought this was a wonderful platform. There wasn't a lot of people doing it. It was a new thing. And, I was writing lyrics, anyway. So I figured, I might as well write some blog posts. And what I was doing was I would get on and I would write the blog post about any upcoming shows that we had going on, or any press mentions that we had, any kind of news that would happen. If we hit a chart, we were winded up on somebody's chart. If we were doing a tour, I would use the blog to communicate with the market. And I think blogging is an awesome thing. Blogging has evolved. There was no WordPress when I first started. WordPress came along and they made it open source, where that means that anybody can come and program the the blog and kind of tailor it to the way they want it. And WordPress had these things called plugins, and WordPress um, is the industry standard now. WordPress is the industry standard now as far as blogging is concerned, because you can um, basically host your blog using WordPress's technology. And it's so simple. It's so simple once you get started. A lot of people are like, oh my God, this is hard. This is difficult, and it's mostly hard and difficult because you say that it's hard and difficult. So I know for me, you know, blogging is cool, man. I like blogging, and I was at one point where I would blog every single day. I'm not at that point anymore, but yeah, I was that serious about blogging. So there are some key elements, and I learned some of this from my buddy Bert Bledsoe. There are some key elements that you should have on your blog, and it doesn't have to be rocket science. I know some people use their blog as just like a static page to capture names and emails. Simple, 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 simple. And a lot of people think you have to, I tell you what's really difficult is building a website, just a regular website. Man, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I don't know HTML coding. Some people know it, they're fluid with it. That's not my thing. Producing content is my thing, and I'd rather have somebody else build that stuff for me. I'd rather somebody else do the graphics, the banners and things of that nature. I'd rather pay somebody to do that. That's the type of person I am. Now, it may be different for you. You may be the coding person. You can sit there and, write thousands of lines of code and, figure all that stuff out. Man, that stuff is like a foreign language to me. It really is. It's like a foreign language to me. So, I wouldn't, recommend just trying to build a blog from scratch. Right now, My Lead System Pro has a new thing that they're coming out with called Sites, and it gives you the ability to set your blog up, really get your blog up online in like 3 steps. And then they got all kind of training on how you can just take it and make it absolutely pretty and nice and sexy. So I want to go ahead and jump off into this training about blogging. I was trying to pull up my own personal blog, but the computer is moving really slow, so I'm not gonna fight with it. It's really funny that it's moving that slow. And who hosts your blog is very important too. My Lead System Pro has their own servers and things of that nature. And I know, if you're not familiar with servers and hosting, some of those tech terminologies can, be confusing. But a host is like you go host at somebody hosts you at their house, they host a party. Their place is where the party is. So it's pretty much the same thing as far as who hosts your webinar or your website. Pretty much the same thing. I want to take you to the Wayback Machine. I'm going to see if I can get the Wayback Machine. Because see, like I said, I've been blogging since 2000, and I've learned a lot about blogging over the years. When I first started blogging, I wasn't trying to rank my blog, trying to get it into the search engines. I didn't know anything about that. I was just trying to connect with my fans, and that was a good way to do it, was to use blogging. Nowadays, when I write a blog post, most of the time I'm writing it to get into the search engines. I'm doing search engine optimization. I'm making it very search engine friendly. So I'm gonna pull up this. I'm gonna see if I can pull it. I'm gonna keep talking, and right now you'll probably just see my face for a moment. While I actually get this done, I'm gonna see if I can pull this up for you, and then we can both laugh together. We can both laugh. Blogging is something you shouldn't be intimidated by. If you have a business or you want to sell things online, you should absolutely start blogging. Now, and I stand corrected. Looks like I started blogging in 2002. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and share the screen, so you can all benefit from this. We can all have some fun with it. I think that would be cool. So let's go ahead and get this screen share popping. Go into the sliding mirrors here. I love to see that. That's the coolest thing. I have no idea why the computer does that, but it's the coolest thing in the world. All right, so let's go to the Internet Archive, and just to let you know that I am a real dude once again. So this is when we were really blogging heavy and using this site to blog between 2002 and 2006. And I'm gonna open some of this and get some laughs and see if it's gonna cooperate. Let's see here. Well, I looks like I don't know how to use this thing. And that's okay too. It looks like it's gonna pull it up. There it is. I think this was the first blog post that I have here. And this was actually written by John Doe. Oh, we even got music. And I don't know how to turn the music off. So I guess you guys get to rock out for a minute. You got a few posts by John Doe. But this was actually my first blog. Looks like me and the guys in the group, we were actually posting here. And let's stop that music there. That was a song that we did called True Urban Grit. And like I said, we had a ball. We actually had a ball, putting this blog together and blogging and going out and doing shows. And it was really cool. It's really, really cool. Let's see, February 2003. Let's see, we got a snapshot from there. Okay. And this is around this time I started using capture pages. I still don't know how to turn the music off, but around this time we started using capture pages. And you see it down there. It says join the Prophetics mailing list. We'll holla at you. And I started learning about using capture pages, and we went from there. Now here's my current blog. This is www.whoiscarlton.com, and I'm gonna cover some things on it real quick that that make it really simple to blog. The first thing you're gonna need is the header. There's a pop-up. Let's close the pop-up. Pop-up is a cool thing to have on your site. I'm questioning on if I should keep it on there or not. It's a way to grab people's names and emails. But some people get annoyed by them. Some people just click off, just like I'm getting ready to do. But the first thing you want to have here is your header. So, but before I get into all of that, make sure I have your undivided attention, because I'm getting ready to give you a lot of energy. I'm getting ready to give you some training. Getting ready to learn some really cool stuff, just some really simple things, some simple elements to make your blog pop off and be more attractive. The first thing you want to do here is get you a header. You see that on pretty much every blog. You have a nice header. Now, like I told you at the beginning of the call, I don't do graphics. I paid somebody to do my header. The gentleman took my picture, he jazzed it up, and he added leadership marketing mindset for home business owners, because that's what I told him to put down. And then he added the background of the globe, which was cool. So he did all of that with the, with the longitude, latitude lines, and he did that. And that was for branding. So after he did the first one, I actually went and asked him to do several more for my Facebook fan page, for my YouTube channel, for my Google Plus page, for my Twitter, and I'm getting ready to have him do one for my SoundCloud page as well. So your header it needs to engage and stimulate the audience. So when you look at that header, you know, you see me, you see a picture of me smiling, you see different colors, you see red, you see white, you see yellow, you see orange, you know, then you have a title bar up there. You know, most of the time your blog's going to have a title bar, and mine has, you know, a few titles. And I'll tell you, this blog is like under construction. You know, that I totally haven't finished doing everything I want to do with my blog. But you know what the most important part of this blog is? It's this content right here where it says 10 rock solid tips for awakening your inner genius. So the content is the most important thing on your blog. You know, the content, how to be more bold and confident in your life and business. The content is important. And that's the, you know, as far as steps are concerned, number one would be your header. Number one would be your header, because that's the thing that's going to pull you in. And you can get a header done like this. I paid $5 for this header. $5 for somebody to do it. The guy was finished with it in about a day. He knocked it out, you know, and he's good. He's good at what he's good at. And I'm good at what I'm good at. So I'm good at producing content. And content is king, by the way, online. So, you know, I like I said, I've come a long way from that first blog that you saw, and I've had several blogs since then, but this is my latest creation. It's not perfect. If you wait on perfection, you're gonna lose your mind. So the one thing you want to go ahead and start doing is producing content. When you get your blog built, and there's some easy tutorials. You want to learn how to, you know, how to actually set up the blog. You know, that's something you can just go to YouTube and learn out, you know, how to set up your blog on WordPress. You know, what I'm going to tell you about is actually the process of blogging today. That's what I'm talking to you about today. And that's blogging made easy. You got your header, it sticks out, like I said, then your content. You know, you want to make content that is engaging your customer. It's going to stimulate your customer, like 10 rock solid tips for awakening your inner genius. 10 rock solid tips for awakening your inner genius. That's a headline, but it's also inside of the headline, there are keywords like, and this is SEO stuff, and you won't learn all of this stuff on this call, on this webinar tonight. If you would like to learn more, please contact me at this website, www.whoiscarlton.com, or you can always go to my Facebook and contact me, and you can reach me through my Facebook here. If you go to my website, click off the pop-up and come over here where it says like me on Facebook, that'll take you directly to my Facebook fan page. All right. And you can reach me from there. You know, if you want to learn more about SEO, if you want to learn more anything about internet marketing, because that's what I do. I provide internet marketing solutions for home business owners. All right. So I wrote this article. You know, I repurposed it. A lot of this stuff I had set up already. Some of these elements, like this element, is something that's set up already. That's on every single one of my blog posts. But if you're new, you're gonna see a different message since the website knows that I'm not new. It says, "Hey, oh, you welcome back." You know, and that's engaging. You know, and it says if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, bam, subscribe here. And actually, what's interesting about this is that somebody subscribed to my newsletter using this the other day, and that was actually the first time I saw that. So I have several different elements on here for subscribing to my newsletter. You saw the pop-up box. That was one way. The you know, this link right here is another way. Then I have over here on the side the traditional capture box right here, and then at the end of each post, I have another one right here where I can capture a person's name and email, because the key to being in business online really is to build your list. It's to build your list. You know, that's one of the ways to survive in business, is to build your list. And once you have the person's name and email, you can continue to market to that person over and over and over again. And you know, and you don't just try to sell them stuff, but you want to give them stuff, and that's attraction marketing, where you learn how to give value first. Give value first. Give value first. Like my mentor Mark Harbert says, wrap your offer in value, like filet mignon. Filet mignon is a piece of meat with a piece of bacon wrapped around it. So, your value should be the bacon. Um, so that's one of the main elements that's part of my content. Another part of the content which I generally add in here is an image. And I made this image on my cell phone with an app called Studio Design. That's what it's called, Studio Design. So I found a free picture, a royalty-free picture from a website called Pixabay. That's Pixabay. Pixabay. And these images are actually free. There's some really good images. So I took that image and I added the 10 rock solid tips for awakening your inner genius. So if you come to this page, right, and you see this article or whatever, you see this headline, you have no doubt that this content is going to be about 10 rock solid tips for awakening your inner genius. It's basically burned in your mind. And then I follow up right here with the 10 rock solid tips, and I keep going, and I leave a call to action. If you got some value out of this post, leave a comment below. And there's a way to leave a comment once you actually open this up. Now, another thing, and I already talked about the content, I talked about the connection element. It's like 4 main things that you want to put on there, and that's your header, your content, your connection element. And these are all connection elements. Like I said, ways to get people to subscribe to my newsletter. I got 3 ways on here, plus the pop-up that shows up. Now, there are some interactive elements as well, on this blog, just in this piece of content right here. Look at here. You got my podcast. People can click here and it'll open up the podcast. So it'll open up a podcast and people can listen to my podcast directly from my blog, which is cool. So that's one thing they can do. They got resources. They can go to other things that I've written, how to increase your personal value level, how to be more bold and confident in your life. And this is a link that'll take the person to an authority site. That's some SEO stuff. There is some more interactive stuff. You can like me on Facebook. So if they click here, they'll go to my Facebook fan page, and I'll show you that. How about we stop that? Because I don't want it to leave out of it. Well, it's going to do it anyway. Okay, so we got to sit through this for a second. But let me check on you guys and see where you all are while that thing's loading. I hope you're getting some value out of this. And we're going to talk a little bit more about planning your blog post, because what I've been doing lately that really makes it easy for me is I'll get up, I do a wake-up call every morning, right? I do a wake-up call every morning, Monday through Friday, and I never run out of content. And I'm going to give you some places in a few minutes on where you can get your content. I never run out of content. So what I do is I wake up and I host my wake up call, and I take that content and turn it into a podcast. And with the podcast, you can write a description. So basically this description came from my podcast. I just copied it over and pasted it right into the blog. It was already SEO friendly. I did whatever I did all the little ninja techniques and tactics to get it to where I wanted to look. And then I took it and added the different elements around it, and I actually went back and added the podcast in it. So I think that's pretty cool. The computer actually doesn't want to cooperate as fast as I want it to, and that's okay too. Sometimes you're gonna have little stuff like that happen. You know, I mentioned that the other day when I was doing the website, and I was having all kind of little technical difficulties, but I didn't let it slow me down, and you shouldn't let it slow you down either. You should just figure it out. So those are some interactive elements. I wanted to show you my Facebook fan page and how why you should have these things on your blog. So I got a link to my Facebook, a link to my Instagram. You can go. This is an image I created this morning that says let's go, and this is an advertisement for my wake up call this morning. And then here's this is supposed to be a link to my podcast, but it's looking kind of funky. I guess something happened. So, I have those interactive elements that people can interact with and learn more about me. Pretty simple. Even these links up here, I got my journey, training and tools, weekly webinars, work with me. Those are different ways people can learn about me, and they can get benefit from teachings and things that I have done. They can interact with me. Now it says creating your blog post, not necessarily your first, but have a plan. And I just went over my plan with you. Every day I create content by the wake up call that I have, and that I just basically describe what I talked about in the wake up call, and I come up with a creative headline. I may not know the headline before I actually record the call. I have a topic, but I may not have the headline for the blog post or for the description over at SoundCloud when I create it and turn the call into a podcast. I may not have all the answers for that at that point in time. But what I do also too lately, what I've been doing with my titles, I'll go and do what's called keyword research. I'll go to the Google Keyword Planner, and then I will research keywords based on the topic that I talked about. So a lot of people will start off with the keyword research. I go and find the keyword based on the topic that I talked about, and then I go from there. So I make that part of my headline. And there's 3 things that you can do. It's you can ask a question in your headline. You can be polarizing in your headline, like you can be way to the right or way to the left in your stance, or you can provide a solution. I generally provide a solution. 10 rock solid tips for awakening your inner genius. That's providing a solution. That's teaching a person how to awaken their inner genius. You can ask a question, and how you ask a simple question. That's how you introduce. You can start your content by asking a simple question. Imagine if you had XYZ. Then here's my question. I put a question right here. It says, but did you know that everyone has genius within them? And then I go into how, and I start to break it down, based on some other content. And I actually got this, I repurposed this content from my mentor, Diane Hockman. She found it and repurposed it from Paulo Coelho, who wrote The Alchemist. And his content was based on something Einstein said. So this all started with Einstein, and who knows where he got it from. So, it's you don't have to be a rocket science and try to figure out every single thing about, you know, creating content. Content is king, but use other people's ideas. And I talked about this yesterday on the webinar. I talked about using other people's talked about using other people's content, other people's ideas. I'm sorry, not their content, using other people's ideas and kind of spinning your thing off of their ideas. Why not? Why not? So if you need help writing, you can get a book from the library on copyright, how to write copy, how to make, your writing better, how to so that it engages and it flows. You don't have to spend a lot of money on learning how to be a copywriter. You can actually go get a book by a gentleman named Dan Kennedy called The Ultimate Sales Letter. Dan is a master marketer. Dan charges people 25 grand just to hang out with him and learn some of his marketing tips. So he has an inner circle of people that he teaches. So Dan knows what he's talking about. I actually met Dan back in 2000, and that was an experience, and I hear his name so much. I've heard his name so much. I had no idea who he was really when I met him. But you better believe I know who he is now. So he's a great copywriter. He creates some killer sales letters and killer pieces of copy that have earned millions of dollars for his clients. So grab a book, or if you're a member of My Lead System Pro, you can go over to get the Copywriting Mastery. You can go get Copywriting Mastery by Brian Finale, and he also offers like a free training in the back office of My Lead System Pro on how to write better copy. And not only has that helped me make my blogging better, because I actually went through the free copywriting mastery training that Brian did. It helped me write better other projects that I'm involved in, whether it's resumes or whatever, articles. I've learned how to write better copy. It's a skill. It's a skill, and it's a skill that's in demand. So, you want to, these other elements in here that I also talk about is you want to insert other elements like your image. I always try to put an image in. I always try to put a link, an audio clip in, especially if I've done a podcast. But if I haven't done a podcast, I may put a video in too. Like, here's a video. I actually put a video, actually put the podcast here, and I also created a video about it. So this is a very interactive blog. It's very interactive. If you want to learn some things on here, you have no problem learning about it. And one of the main things you're going to see in each one of these blog posts, and you'll see this in really a good marketer will give you this thing right here. This is called a call to action. If you got some value out of this post, please leave a comment below. Here's another call to action. I put it in this too. Here's another call to action. Click on the play button to learn how to be more, there's another call to action. And I'll show you some more. Let's see here. Here's another call to action. Check out this Success by Any Means podcast that covers these 5 phrases. Check out this. Here you go. Here's another one. To gain instant access to my top earner 5-step profit blueprint, go to www.whoiscarlton.com/fire your boss. That's a call to action. If you're serious about building your business online, you got to have a call to action. You got to have a call to action. Here it is. Another one. For more information on how all top earners increase their personal value level online to generate more leads and sales, go to whoiscarlton.com/fire your boss, and you'll get my top earner 5-step profit blueprint for free. Calls to action. That's a very important part. And it's not a question. It's not, call to action is not a question. It's a command. It's a command. You're telling the person, to get this, go here. And you can tell them to get whatever your updates are. You can tell them to subscribe to your newsletter. You can tell them to, you can give to get some marketing secrets, whatever. So how do you get content? I just told you how I get mine. I pretty much repurpose everything. So if you're in My Lead System Pro, the 3 best places to get, we'll keep it looking like a headline. How about that? To get content. Number 1 is the My Lead System Pro wake up call. My Lead System Pro wake up call is free. It's free. Anybody can get on it. I don't know the number right offhand to send you there. If you're really interested in the My Lead System Pro wake up call and how you can get more access to it, I recommend you go to this website right here, that same one I was promoting. I recommend you go to that website right there and put in your name and email, watch the 19-minute movie, and you'll really like Morpheus said in The Matrix, you'll really see how deep this rabbit hole goes. And this is very serious. This is a community of marketers, internet marketers, online marketers, network marketers, affiliate marketers, business coaches, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of people are here from all different walks of life, and its community is off the chain. Everybody's moving pretty much in the same direction, general direction. So these wake-up calls, they only have top earners come and do the wake-up calls. And the wake-up calls are not about money. They're about mindset. They're about mindset, because if you can get your mind right, you can get your money right. If you get your money right, you can get your life right. Okay? You can change all of that by changing your thoughts and your mind. So we start there every day. Start every day off with mindset. Like my call in the morning, it's about mindset. And today I didn't, I came up with some content for the call, and I didn't even have to, think about it. It's stuff that I've experienced. So I'm going to take that same content and, turn it into a podcast and blog about it. Easy peasy, simple, and share the blog. The second place to get content is instead of typing My Lead System Pro out, I'm going to type NLSP weekly webinars. These webinars are Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So you got 3 times per week where you can get more content. And really just these 2 steps alone, this is the free stuff. This is the free stuff. There's all kind of content that you can get. You can get content Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That content is going to be about training and how to market. The wake-up calls are generally going to be about mindset. But the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday weekly webinars, those are going to be about how to build your business online. Like this past Wednesday, we had Bert Bledsoe come on and talk about the same thing I'm talking to you about. A lot of this I just repurposed from what Bert talked about. I've got that content from there. Last week, we had a gentleman, a 7-figure earner named Rob Ford. Rob Ford got on, and he talked about, how to build your blog from scratch, and how to plan, how to set up a media schedule to post for your blog. And, he has over 100 blogs. he manages, he manages over 100 blogs, but he's a professional and he makes over $1 million a year, just by blogging. The third way is the MLSP training library. And that's if you're a member of MLSP. The training library has 7 or 8 years worth of content, webinars, things that you can just watch and learn. You should never run out of content if you are a member of My Lead System Pro. Never, ever, ever run out of content. I hear people, there are some people that say, oh, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know where to start. And that may be true, but there's a step-by-step process that you follow. And, MLSP is it for me, man. I dig MLSP because not only because of the people, because the people are A1. I've never met the quality of people, in a group online or offline. Because some of these people, I met offline. I never met the quality of people like this. But this training, like I said, I've been on the internet marketing since 1998. And you saw, I've been blogging since 2002. I thought it was 2000, but it's 2002. The Wayback Machine corrected that for me, which is cool. So you should never run out of content. You've got these free calls, you got the free webinars, and if you're a member of My Lead System Pro, if you're a mastery member, if you're a mastery member, you have access to the training library, and it's 7, 8 years worth of valuable information brought to you by top earners in the marketplace. And that does not have anybody, just any regular people teaching. They have people that have achieved certain levels within My Lead System Pro. And if you're at those top levels, you get to be on and you get to host webinars with them, and do the conference calls, which is awesome. But they record this for the members. So, the members get access to it. So, like I said, I learned a lot of this from My Lead System Pro. I'm so glad I came down this path. Go to this website. Go to this website right here, www.whoiscarlton.com. Like I said, you'll get to see my friend Justice Egan fire his boss. He literally caught it on tape, but he also, that link will give you the 5-step top earner profit blueprint. It will give you the 5-step profit blueprint that you can use for your business. And I use them for my business, which I'm so fortunate to be able to, step up. I upgraded to the Mastery membership, and Mastery is where it's at. I heard so many leaders say that you got to get you got to be on Mastery to play. So not only do you get, commissions, they have pure profit products that you can sell and keep 100% of the profit. Minus whatever little transaction fees. They take care of all the transaction fees to you. All you got to do is just drive traffic to their websites, and they have these campaigns for you already set up where you can earn money. It's not a business opportunity. It's an affiliate platform. If you refer an affiliate to My Lead System Pro and they get them as a mastery member, you get $100 for every month that person stays with My Lead System Pro. $100. So if you need to earn $1,000, you bring in 10 people. Math is simple. If you want to get $10,000 a month, then you got to have 100 people. Simple as that. And it's not I would say, I'm going to say it's not I'm not going to say it's not a cakewalk. I'm going to say there's work involved. We had some people that came in and crushed it and went right to the highest leadership levels, within 90 days. And that's Lisa Torres. I've never seen anything like what Lisa Torres Allen has done. I've been in longer than that, and I haven't hit those kind of ranks. So it depends on your background and what kind of network you already got set up to. But this is a way for you to learn how to build your business online. So we teach you, we teach you blogging over there. We teach you how to market on Facebook. We teach you how to market on Instagram, how to market on Twitter, how to market on Google Plus, how to market using webinars, how to market using videos. It's how to market using podcasts. So it's and it's world-class training. It's like the Harvard of internet marketing. And you can take a $10 test drive of My Lead System Pro. I'll get back to that screen over there. Let's see. I'm going to stop sharing. Let's see. Stop screen sharing. Boom. All right. So you get my voice again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this link in the chat. Should be set up. So this link is for the MLSP Mastery membership. There's a 10-day, $10 test drive. You can test drive My Lead System Pro for only $10. Don't take my word for it. Go test drive it. And it has a money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you get your $10 back. What's $10? You're going to spend more than that putting gas in your car. You're going to spend more than that trying to figure out how to, run ads on Facebook. So, take the trial. Take the trial. There are some courses that, to learn internet marketing. I think I paid back in 2007, I paid about $500 for two huge manuals. And now you can pay $149. Not only will you get, access to the library I talked about, but you'll get what's called the funnelizer. You'll learn how to brand yourself. I can't even tell you how much stuff they got. They got done for you campaigns. You know how to try to figure out how to set up these campaigns. They walk you through everything. And your job, really, if you want to make it simple, your job, if you're not a techie person, it just pretty much just drive traffic. Just grab the links. They're going to show you how to do that. Links back to the website. They're going to show you how to do that. And all you need to do is just go out and post a link. These links, you invite people to free trainings and things of that nature. Those links are cookie to you for life. And what a cookie is, it means it puts a little program on your computer, and it's your cookie to that person for life. And I think it's set up by your email as well. So I'm not sure about all that stuff in the back, how all of that works. I don't even want to know how it works, because that's not what I do. Like I told you before, my job is to create content. My job is to create content and share it. All the technical stuff, I told you that too. I'd rather let somebody else do that. And that's when you know you're really growing your business, when you can look at your business and say, okay, well, I'm not good at XYZ. Let me get Johnny over here to do XYZ. Let me get Bob over here to do ABC, and I'll just do the 1, 2, 3. And that's how you run the business. That's how you grow a business. Don't try to do every single thing. Hire stuff out. My Lead System Pro has for me and for, tens of thousands of other affiliates that they have, it's a perfect platform for them. It's called My Lead System Pro. It's your lead system, and you can set it up however you want to. I get leads every day. I swear I get leads every day. And, I know some people that are getting 100 leads a day, 50 leads a day, 20 leads a day, 10 leads a day. How would that change your business? How would that change your business if you're a network marketer, and they teach you this in network marketing, go meet 10 people a day. Well, is it easier to walk around the street looking for 10 people to meet every day? Or is it easier to go online and find some people on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or any of these social networks who have that mentality? You can search, you can find these people that have the mentality that you're looking for, or that run in the circles, of the people that you want to target. It's so simple. And My Lead System Pro teaches you how to do all of this. And these are your leads. It's not like you're buying leads. You don't have to. You don't have to. I don't buy leads. I put out content. I learned how to put content out, just like this webinar, just like the wake up call, just like my Instagram posts, just like my videos. I've learned how to put content out there. And when you put content out there that of value, especially to your target market, when you put content out there of value to your target market, people will want to gobble it up if it's the right, if your content, if your message is matched to the market. If your message is matched to the market, that means the market message match. Okay, if it matched to the market, then you're more likely to subscribe people. You're more likely to generate leads. You're more likely to generate sales. All of that has to be congruent. All of that has to be congruent. So I know for me personally, it's not even about how much I can sell at My Lead System Pro. Like some of the things, like I told you, I use the Copyright Mastery, some of the free Copyright Mastery courses to write better copy for my clients. Hello. I transferred to my other business because that's what I do. I use the daily wake up calls. They help me start doing voiceover work. I do voiceover work. I have 2 voiceover projects that I have to do today. Actually 3. I have 3 voiceover projects that I have to do already today. So, and I also write resumes. So copywriting, learning the copywriting skills from My Lead System Pro, I can transfer those skills. See, when you have skills that are transferable, you can take them anywhere. You can take them with you. And that's what you're learning here at My Lead System Pro, your Lead System Pro. So take the test drive. It's there. It's there for you to do, and experience it. Go through it, experience it. If you have any questions, you can come back to me. You can always come back to me at my website or my Facebook fan page and connect with me. All right. So I hope you got some value out of this webinar, on blogging, simple ways to create blogging content. Man, blogging is not rocket science, but the thing is about blogging too, and I want you to get this in your mind. I want you to get this mindset shift about blogging. All right. Your blog or your website is your real estate. I'll say that again. Your blog and your website is your real estate. And what I mean by that, it has value. It's your job to give it and, create value with it and give that value to other people. Like I mentioned, the SEO wizard is what we all call him. He's a magician too, Rob Ford. Rob Ford, he told us about a website that he built, a website that he built where all the website did was generate leads. That's all it did. That was his job. It was to generate leads, and he would sell those leads like to real estate brokers or to real estate mortgage guys or whatever, and he took that website and he sold it. Hello, he didn't have a physical piece of land. He didn't have stocks and bonds. It wasn't royalties. What he had was a website, and he sold it. It's online real estate. Online real estate. That doesn't mean you got to have 100 blogs like Rob Ford. You can have your one blog and, you know, brand yourself with it. Brand yourself with it. And, you know, be that person that creates the value for other people on your blog. Let people know who you are on your blog. Seriously, because people will start to know, like, and trust you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm glad you guys were able to hang in here with me on this Blogging Made Easy website. And you got some more. I hope you got more value out of it. You know, I definitely like to over deliver on value. You got a chance to see the Wayback Machine. That really took me back. That really took me back. That was some fun times in life. And you got some good steps, some action steps to go out and do. So go ahead and get your blog started. You know, you're going to need, don't forget, the main parts are your header, your content, your connection element, and that's how they subscribe to your list, and the interactive piece, you know, your bonus interactive piece, like putting a video there, put an image there, put a, you know, put a podcast or audio there. Those are all key things to help make your blogging easy. You know, learn how to create content, man. It's easy. Once you look around, man, you'll be able to create content and generate ideas, you know, effortlessly, you know, effortlessly. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Once again, this is Carlton Lewis, aka Mellow Melanin, aka Mega Businessman, coming to you live and direct from Atlanta, Georgia. Still the Southeast Beast, the Conquering Chief, your highness, the finest prosperity done, #1. And don't forget, you can reach me at www.whoiscarlton.com. And this Success by Any Means daily webinar is a wrap. Have a great day.